welcome to an exciting adventure of Gramercy Theater today on this beautiful, what is it, October?
I believe so.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know what day this is, but yes, we are in October.
It looks like it's the 9th. Yes, October 9th, because it's been
Wednesday,
eternity.
October 9th.
That's right, 5 o'clock. Yes, and we have returned finally to Gramercy Theater for what has been, at least to me, a long-awaited tour that, when was announced, I lost my bloody mind. Despised Icon, Shadow of Intent, Kubla Khan, Suffocation, and there's one more?
I wasn't paying attention, I'm sorry. Shadow of Intent, Ingested,
there you
Kubla
go,
Khan,
Ingested.
and Suffocation.
There we go,
it.
bada bing, bada boom. And of course, I'm sitting right next to Alex of Despised Icon.
Derek, good seeing you, man. I feel like it's been a couple years. When was the last time we hung out?
It was a couple of years, I can't remember.
Me neither. Good seeing you, buddy.
It's good seeing you too, brother. It's good seeing
Thanks
you too.
for taking the time.
Oh, thank you for having me, and I really appreciate it. And we're going to go right into the nitty-gritty with things because it's been one hell of a return for you guys. So, yeah, 2010, fans were disappointed along with myself, to see the band take leave from studio into stage. And in 2014, you breathed life back into Despised Icon to then return into 2016, causing ruckus and screaming in every continent you guys landed on.
Wow.
Yeah, you did. You came back with Beast and opened up the line for a ton of tours with bands such as Carnifex, Fallujah, Bury Your Dead, and so many freaking more. The stage was amazing, and the band chose to stay on board for good. Now, let's get down to business because we know you have a new record coming out called Purgatory.
Yes.
Yes, this is your 6th record, correct?
6th full-length record, yes.
And it comes out on November 14th. See, that date I remember.
You got it wrong, man. It's November 15th.
I was off by a day! God damn it. All right, we're going to keep that anyway. So, 3 years later from Beast to Purgatory, how has the band dynamic, where hardly any lineup changes, boosted this record compared to other records with Century Media and Relapse?
I'm sorry, I got a text. Can you say that? I'm gonna focus. I promise. Say that again, please.
He doesn't have to. It's okay. I could repeat as much as I want.
Thank you.
3 years later, from Beast to Purgatory, I'm watching your phone. How has the band dynamic, with hardly any lineup changes?
Okay, I remember. Actually, no lineup changes. Still the homies, still the boys.
Still the original?
Yes, it has been 3 years. We are doing this band part-time, and I feel like our overall energy, our songwriting, everything benefits from that because we treat this as an actual hobby. It's fun. It's not just work related, and so we get to take some time off, and it's not as stressful. We tour 3 weeks out of the year religiously. Last year was the European headliner. This year's a North American headliner. And so that gives us a lot of space, a lot of time in between those couple of shows a year to write, experiment, play around. So Beast was written very rapidly after we announced that we were back. It's very raw, energetic, very reminiscent of our earlier death metal days. And this new record, I feel like, acknowledges more like every era of our band. So not just the old shit, but the more technical Ills of Modern Man, Day of Mourning era of the band as well.
Nice.
So very varied, a lot of diversity, and a lot of blast beats. Some of our fastest songs for sure. So we have definitely not slowed down.
Well, that's a huge plus because, when you guys started, you weren't slowing down at all. So it's good to see that you're taking the best of all worlds and you're intertwining into Purgatory.
I would like to believe so, yes.
Oh, okay. I believe it too. Now, since your inception in 2002 and even after the 2014 reunion, your producer, Yannick Saint Armand, has overseen all of Despised Icon's records. How has his involvement in recording made him so significant to the band and his ability to properly nurture Despised Icon's identifiable sound, excuse me?
I mean, Yannick played in the band for, 2 records? Mm-hmm. So he knows what the band is about, how we are supposed to sound, what we're all about, what we're trying to achieve with every record. He gets it. He was in the band, so it's as simple as that. It's just a common energy. It's just that bond. So it's always been an organic relationship. He doesn't try to push the band in the direction that we're not supposed to go. He's very I don't know. He's just a sound genius. He's got an ear that I don't get what's going on in there, but there's definitely something special going on, and it's always a pleasure to work with Yannick. He's doing sound on half of this tour as well. He always follows us around as a front of house engineer as well. So he's the 7th member. Simple as that. So it makes recording very easy as far as that's concerned, for sure.
Nice. And now, being that you're going into your 6th record and all that jazz, what inspired Despised Icon to return to the studio and touring after your long hiatus and disbandment?
Artist Biography by Derek Soto.
You know what? I did my research, okay? God damn it. Don't make fun of me.
No, I appreciate you taking the time to look into everything. And now I remember when's the last time we hung out. It was right here in Gramercy, 2014, when we played one of those 4 reunion shows, I think.
Oh, yeah.
So it must have been then and there that we met up last time.
I must have got really drunk.
If
if you're laughing, that means I did, because I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But long story short, I feel like last time we played this venue was very motivational in our return. You know, we realized how much we missed it, and I feel like ever since we've been back, it's just been that vibe, that energy. So I sort of forgot your question again, but I like my answer.
Well, technically, it was what inspired Despised Icon's return to the studio and touring.
Oh, yeah.
And since you like your answer...
Well, I mean, now, truthfully, we have no agenda. We have no calculated schedule to a certain extent. We write when we feel like writing. We don't write by obligation. And as far as a lot of my friends are concerned that are touring full time, they always have to be active on the road or active on social media. And I don't know, sometimes you sort of forget that you're an artist, that you
have to do
started
every aspect of the business.
Yeah, but a lot of people sort of like, at some point people forget that you're in the band and you need to, like, I don't know, just be a creative force and make that your priority. And this relentless touring can have a negative impact for some. So the fact that we don't have to deal with that bullshit and just play whenever we feel like it is a blessing. I feel like that's why we are still a band 17 years later.
And no schedules.
A lot of bands don't survive that second record. So I really do feel blessed to still have this opportunity to play music.
Ain't that the truth? I hear that.
So thanks for supporting our shit, guys. Appreciate it.
And that wasn't the interview. We still got more questions.
Oh, okay.
So, does Purgatory focus on a specific instrument that, while recording, you felt would project a desired sound effect that would attract listeners and also effective for the lyrics?
Sounds sexual. It's been a long day,
This is gonna be a long interview.
Oh
I
my
swear.
God. I'm so distracted. I apologize, my friend. Let me read that question.
Yes, you can. Does Purgatory focus on a
specific instrument? One thing that I can point out for the Spies that not the majority of death metal bands or deathcore bands do is that in a lot of cases we start writing a song with a drum beat or like a drum structure of some sort. I used to be the drummer on our first record, and I've always been involved in the songwriting process, and same for Grind, who's an insane drummer. And it's cool to play with musicians that actually are receptive to a non-guitar player's ideas and are able to I don't know, translate that into sick-ass music, I just love humming riffs, and somehow the boys make them a whole lot better and all that. So we have maybe a different approach to writing, or maybe not, but that's how we write. As far as us focusing on a specific instrument or not, no, it's whatever. Now more than ever, we play whatever the song demands, whether it's technical or super straightforward, easy. So it's not about showing off anymore. Granted, we do so, but tastefully. But I feel like every instrument shines on this record just because of the fact that some of the things are a little more simple. So there's a lot more breathing space for everyone to like shine on this part or that part or whatever,
and they add their own 2 cents into
their own flavor. It's not always super busy, so there'll be parts where Grind just goes berserk on the drums, and other parts he'll just play a straightforward beat, barely any drum fills, which I'm actually quite impressed, because back in the day it was always complicated. So now for him to have that maturity to step back and remove
to remove himself
Yeah.
and let other people do their thing.
Exactly, and I think like all same for vocals, same for everyone involved. So now we each have like these moments on the record where we shine more. So there's even a bass solo on this record. There are more guitar solos than ever before, and I find beauty in simplicity now more than ever. It's all in the arrangements, truthfully.
Well, it's funny that you say that because I'm going to ask you another question involving your records. With 6 studio records under your belt, including Purgatory, that's why I say 6, is there a favorite out of the bunch, and how does that record stack up to Purgatory?
Tough question. Real answer, normally I put out a record and then I'm happy and then I move on. When it comes to Purgatory, I actually listen to our record. And that's kind of a weird thing. I'm like, yeah, I like this record. It's sick, but it's mine, so it's weird. It's like wearing your own band merch.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm wearing my own band merch
right
now.
now.
Despised Icon sweatpants,
Right on.
available exclusively on indiemerch.com.
.com.
But no, I guess yeah. I don't know what to say to all that. But I am very pleased with the new record. A lot of time, effort, money, a whole lot of love, heart, all that went into there. So I can't wait for you guys to hear it. Today is what, Thursday we said? No, Wednesday. So on Friday we drop a new single, a new music video. I don't know when this is going to be out, but
I'm hoping
it's
by
probably
tomorrow night.
Okay, so Friday, check out our new music video.
Technically today. Technically today.
Whenever. Check out Snake in the Grass. That's our new shit. No, I'm happy with every record we put out. They all have a certain magic to them. Some of them I appreciate for this reason, some others for that. But I feel like our most complete effort
is this one.
Is Purgatory, for sure. As I keep pointing out, we've been a band since 2002, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
17 years.
We're veterans now, man.
Yeah.
And I don't know, we've written a whole lot of songs, so I feel like we're starting to get the hang of it.
Talk about a welcome back, even though it's already been 3 years. I mean,
yeah. Here's the thing, and we were discussing this: the impact of social media nowadays. Like, just because we don't post on Instagram for 6 months doesn't mean that we are not a band. Oh my God. Learn to live without your phones. That being said, if you're in a band, you got to live with your phone. You got to play the game, self-promote and all that. But
if you could take a break, take a damn break.
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you guys are done.
What I'm trying to get here is, like, now more than ever, I just want the music to speak for itself.
Yeah.
It'd be less about marketing and all that, and just have people dig the songs and talk about them. So that's my goal now more than ever.
Are we gonna hear any new songs tonight?
Purgatory, and then the rest you're just gonna have to wait. We don't want any videos to leak or all that. So
all right, that means only I know. So
Yep.
Take that. Now, my last question.
Have you heard the record?
I have not.
Okay.
I have not, which means that I'm going to try to find my way to scoop up a copy. Keyword is try. But anyway, so last question before we go. Actually, 2 questions because one is pretty simple. Are there any deathcore bands you've taken a shine to lately and would hope to tour with next year or in the future?
Taking a shine to?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, like, you've seen
that I'm into,
that you're into and you haven't really toured with yet. And
I mean, what's fun about doing these headliners is we get to pick and choose the bands that we want to play with. So last year was our European headliner. We toured with friends of ours from the UK. They're called Malevolence. Love those dudes. They are not deathcore. They are not death metal. They're just an amazing band. And it's important for us to support our friends and support music that we enjoy. So last year we did Malevolence, Archspire from Western Canada, from British Columbia. Super technical death metal. Very important for us to encourage the death metal scene from Canada, from Quebec,
agreed.
from Montreal, but in Archspire's case, from Canada. And who else we had? We had a band from South Africa called Vulvodynia that are, they're actually sick, man. You should check them out. So, and on this tour, we got Kublai Khan, or they just put out a new record a couple of days ago.
Which you're wearing.
A banger. Check out the sick
That's
hoodie.
probably from indiemerch.com also.
Not at all.
all right, fine.
Who else is on this tour? Shadow of Intent, an up and coming band, young dudes. They're hungry for it, hardworking, extremely talented. You should check out their new record. That's available on Indie Merch. So this entire interview is sponsored by IndieMerchStore.com. And who else is on this tour? Friends of mine from the UK, from Manchester, Ingested. They've been friends of ours for like a decade, man. We've been talking about playing shows, touring, and like we've been inactive for so long, disbanded. Now we just play a couple of shows a year, like 3 weeks a year. So yeah, once in a while when we do hit the road, it's important for us to support bands that are dear to us.
So this is more of a family-oriented thing for you and the crew.
It always
than a
is.
Genre,
it always is.
Genre-based. I
you
like
know,
that.
we are. We're earlier on in the early days, we were influenced by this band from Texas called Devourment. We got to invite them on the Texas leg of this tour. They actually said yes. We got to meet them for the first time, watch them perform. They're actually great individuals as well. So,
nice.
you know, this is kind of a treat to us. You know, right now we are playing with Suffocation in New York City.
Hometown show.
Holy shit, man.
Wait till that's going to be interesting.
I've shared the stage with a lot of egos, a lot of rock stars, and it's so cool to be on this tours with people that are very down to earth. A band like Suffocation that have been around forever and are the chillest dudes, genuinely supportive of our band. We would not be Despised without Suffocation. You know, they're again one of our
legends,
biggest influences. You know,
the elite of the elite.
The fact that we can share the stage with them tonight and on this last leg of the tour, we're hitting home as well. It's a blessing, man. It's an honor, and we're just gonna ride the wave while it lasts. You know,
and that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And now that this tour is over, what's up for 2020? Shit.
We are already in the process of booking European festivals for summer of 2020. As I pointed out earlier, we rarely get the opportunity to do this. Real life gets in the way. Family and work obligations, those are our priorities. But that being said, it keeps this whole band experience fun, you know?
I hear that one.
And so America, it's probably going to take us a while. We apologize. We are not doing this purposely.
Yeah, they are.
We did not purposely skip the Midwest on this tour or certain Canadian markets. We do love you, and we will be back eventually. But us, you know, touring so rarely, we got to try and visit other parts of America that we haven't been in forever, you know? You know, the majority of these states we hadn't visited in 9 or 10 years, dude. So it's hard to be everywhere all at once. But slowly but surely, you know, we are traveling more and more. We went to Mexico. We went to Japan as well. We're talking with friends from Australia. I don't want to jinx it. If it doesn't happen, well, I'm sorry I even mentioned it. But slowly but surely, we will travel. We want to do this part-time, so it stays fun. And, yeah, man, Despised icon forever, straight up.
And that's what I like to hear. Alex, thank you so much for joining me on the Bloodlines. I am Derek Soto. November 15th, right? Did I get it right this time?
November 15th.
There you go.
Purgatory. Check it out.
Yep. Fucking right. And also pick up Beast and any other type of merch that's on indiemerchstore.com. Yeah, pick all that shit up because I know I'm going there right now. Exactly. Throw your money away. Throw it at the computer. It's worth it, all right? We'll see you next time. Peace. Suffer the